Today I have Sonja here on my channel. She is a longtime friend and also a film photographer. My channel is probably a little different than a lot of the ones out there, where someone's strolling through a cool beach town with their Mamiya, medium format camera with a cool lo-fi song in the background. I mean, I might make some of those too because I just have to. But for me personally, I love hearing people's stories and how they got into film photography or photography in general, and just stories throughout their career, things like that. So we're going to do a little series here with Sonja, and we're going to be talking about things like that and our opinions on maybe some hot topics. But this first one will just be like kind of introducing her and how we know each other and stuff like that. So how I met Sonja was through just like a local meetup headshot swap type thing with some local photographers who happen to be all women. And I had just started my business, and so I was really nervous, but you have to put yourself out there, and so I did. And she was there, and I remember she had her film camera with her, and I just thought, oh my gosh, she is legit. Like, she knows what she's doing. If she has this big old boxy medium format camera, and so it was kind of intimidating, but also impressive. And I was just like, oh my God, she knows everything. And so that's how we met. And then somewhere along the line, we like swapped photo shoots. Like I did your newborn photos, and then you did like family photos for us. And then she just like up and moved to Oregon randomly. Like no one knew. Like, we were like, it was just like a post on Facebook, and then we're like, did you know Sonja's moving to Oregon? What's going on? And so then we actually became, I think, closer friends when you lived in another state.
Yeah.
But she would come back for work and stuff like that. And so now I've since moved back. And so I'm like, you're back here. Let's do some things, And so we've been doing some shoots and like, let's get on the channel and talk about stuff. So that's kind of my interpretation of how our friendship unraveled. Sonja is going to kind of give us her background on how she got into photography, and then she has a little story for us about her first shoot, which I think is very monumental for everybody. If you are a photographer, you can probably remember distinctly your first shoot. So yeah, I want to hear the story because you told me I haven't heard it.
Oh yeah. Well, first of all, shout out to Marco Polo, I think, for solidifying our friendship.
Yeah, that's true.
That's how we kept in touch.
Free apps.
Yeah, it's a free app where instead of texting each other or sending literal videos, you can video chat, which I love. And it was so nice to be able to chat in real life or like in real time. Yeah, I'm Sonja. I have my own photography business, but when I shoot weddings, we pretty much shoot together.
Yeah,
like
you're my go-to second.
You're my ride or die, my second photographer. So maybe there's like a combined business coming in the future with both of us. But yeah, I guess my history in film is the same as my history in photography. I think I got a film camera, from my dad back in high school or middle school, and he let me play around with it. The same story that everybody has. Yeah. Like, you can go on any photographer's website and read that exact same story.
Yeah. I took darkroom in high school, so I was like, I need a camera.
Yeah.
I have one.
And then I took darkroom photography in high school, and then I went on to do it in college as well. I got a fine art degree in darkroom photography, which they were not preparing us to do the business side of it at all. So when I got out of school,
I'm an artist.
I'm an artist. So I obviously waited tables for a really long time, and my first actual paid gig. So I was working waiting tables, and I was dabbling in doing photography for other people because obviously I did it for myself all the time. Like I have like bins and bins and bins of boxes of film photographs of all my friends and my family and anyone who crossed my path. But I was starting to realize that like, oh, maybe I could do this as a job. And there was a lady who came in and said she needed senior photos for her son. I was like, I can do that. And so this was a hot minute ago, and it was before digital was like a thing. So like, I think I had like a Razor flip phone. Like you couldn't take pictures with your phone because iPhones like hadn't been invented. I didn't have a digital camera, so I was only working in film, which is how I got my start. And so I did a senior session for her son. And she was like, how can I pay you? I make purses. And she had like a little purse. It was like, you know, early 2000s, and like tiny purses were in. It was like, I love your tiny purse. She was like, thanks, I made it. And she was like, well, can I make you a purse if you do my son's senior photos? I'm like, yeah, that sounds like a great trade-off. So I technically wasn't paid in monies, but I was paid in a beautiful handmade purse.
Do you still have the purse?
I did until very recently. I gave it away because we purged a lot of stuff in our moves.
Okay.
But it was a sad day. I think I took a picture of it. I could see if I could have a picture of it. But yeah, so she made me a great purse, and we went, to like an open space, and I made him lean against a tree and like do the senior photo thing, and I took all his pictures, and I took the roll like to Walgreens because I didn't have a darkroom at my house anymore, and so I just got it developed at Walgreens, and then they printed it out, and like in the little envelope that they gave to me, I just delivered that to her. I was like, here you go. It was like a bag of photos, and I set them on her front porch and was like, this is what it is to be a mom and trying to make video content. Yeah, and I never heard from her again. I was like, here are your photos. I didn't offer packages. I didn't like blow any of them up. I didn't
That's amazing.
do anything other than like get them developed at Walgreens and drop them on her front porch. It was highly embarrassing. But that's
that story though.
Yeah, that's
a good story.
Okay, so the second part here I did want to show because you could kind of hear the baby sort of escalating in the background as we were nearing the end of our first recording. And so we had to sit and chat while Mama soothed him and got him back to sleep. And that's fine. We were recording while he naps because this is sort of what motherhood is working in the gaps of when your children don't need you. And I created this channel initially because there is a lack of, female creators. They're probably still creating, but they're not putting themselves out there because it does take time to record. You need it to be quiet. You can't have them crawling all over you. And when you're the primary caregiver, especially if you're a nursing mom, that first year is very demanding. So I didn't want to create this channel and then not show the parts that I also struggle with. So and have female creators out there think, gosh, how does she have time to do this and this and this? I don't. We're doing it in between my fellow co-creators babies nap. My older children were at school, her older child was at school, and then my youngest was with my parents, who were fortunate enough to have nearby that can just watch him for a quick hour or two here and there. So if you're watching this, just know that this is reality. This is what we did. We had to work within this baby's pockets of time. And so I just wanted to show that here. And we got him back to sleep, and then we recorded some more content that I will edit later between my children's schedule. So it's just like real parts of being a female creator that I wanted to share on here as well.